2 o'clock. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Cryptid Conversations. I'm your host, Brother Blue. With me today is my esteemed colleagues and not so prevalent scientists of the cryptid community.
Saying I'm not a scientist?
No, you are not a scientist.
She sure does like the experiment, though.
I have a screwdriver, which means I like science.
Can I get through our intro, please? Dang it.
No.
You guys do this to me all the time. Can't even get a word in. First up, we have Torsten from the UK. We have Michelle drinks coffee from Virginia Beach. We have Jasper from the Pacific Northwest. So, let's get into it today. All right. Our topic today is Bigfoot and all the different varieties that you find throughout the world. Bigfoot. Bigfoot. No, the plural of Bigfoot is Bigfoot.
I don't think so. I disagree.
It's Bigfoot. Nope.
As someone who is a scientist who has a screwdriver, it's big feet.
You're not supposed to have a screwdriver. You're not supposed to have sharp, pointy things.
I have a spoon.
That I feel comfortable with you having.
Okay.
Anyway.
Your bad feet.
All right. So, Bigfoot, the hide and seek champion of the world, the king of cryptids. Bigfoots come in all shapes, sizes, and varieties, from the orang pendek to the Sasquatch of the Pacific Northwest to the three-toed variety that we find here in New Jersey.
I want a three-toed sloth.
Don't even start with that. The only screwdriver you're supposed to have is the drinkable one. I agree with you there, Derek. Anyway. Okay, so since Jasper was our winning participant last week, Jasper's going to start us off with somebody from the Pacific Northwest. As somebody from the Pacific Northwest, please tell us about the Pacific Northwest Bigfoot, aka Sasquatch.
So I'm just going to read directly from whatever I researched. So I'm going to be looking down.
Go for it.
Bigfoot, also known as Sasquatch of the Pacific Northwest, is said to be about 6 to 10 feet tall and weighs upwards of 500 pounds. Sasquatch is most commonly spotted in the Pacific Northwest and is described as a bipedal-like ape-like creature, significantly larger than the average man and covered in dark brown or reddish hair. According to OregonWild.com, the scientific community remains skeptical of the existence of Sasquatch, which is fair because he's a hide-and-seek champion of the world, as there is little evidence to support the existence of such a creature. The website goes on to say that if there were such a creature, there's likely to be more than one, and in order to maintain a healthy breeding population of a species of hominid, which is what they believe Sasquatch would be, it requires large expanses of uninterrupted forests and remote wilderness areas that would be a prime habitat for Sasquatch. I've got a few fun facts about Sasquatch. The name Sasquatch comes from the adaptation of the Hulkomelem tribes in British Columbia term, and was coined by a Canadian journalist who wrote a series of articles about Bigfoot in the 1920s.
Okay.
The world's only Sasquatch trap is located in Oregon in the Siskiyou National Forest. The national hotbed of Sasquatch sightings in the Klamath-Siskiyou Mountains of Northwest California and Southwest Oregon led to the creation of the Bigfoot Trail. Do you want to hear about the Bigfoot Trail?
I'm intrigued. Go for it.
A vote yes.
The Bigfoot Trail is a long-distance hiking trail through the Klamath Mountains of Northwest California and briefly with Southwest Oregon. The trail begins in the Yellow Belly Middle Eel Wilderness and ends near Redwood National and State Parks at the Pacific Oregon near Crescent City, California. Of the 360 miles, approximately 100 miles, 160 kilometers, are along seldom used forest roads, while the remaining segments are back county trails, either in wilderness or on national forest land. Due to the strenuous nature of the trail and the fact that some sections have been unmaintained for many years, it is not a trail that can be hiked quickly. Some facts
Which
about
is
this.
understandable.
Yeah, but I feel like Blue would absolutely love to try it.
There's not a lot Blue won't try. Just saying.
Listen, when I'm feeling squirrely.
Some facts about the trail. Why did I write train?
Because you got dirty things on your mind, girl. I like it.
Your autism's showing.
Just a little
Sorry.
bit. How many miles of trail are in the designated wilderness? About 168 miles. How many miles of the trail along the wild and scenic rivers? South Fork Trinity is 16 miles, Salmon 15 miles, and Smith 18 miles. How many miles in the Jed Smith and Redboard NP? I have no idea what the NP stands for. It did not say. Probably North Pacific. 12 miles.
Northern Pacific, yeah.
How many miles on each of the national forests? Now I'm going to struggle to pronounce some of these. Mendocino, 15 miles. Shasta Trinity, 115 miles. Klamath, 152 miles. Rogue Siskiyou, 14 miles. Six Rivers, 40 miles. The total elevation gain and loss is about 100,000. I'm personally
pretty dope.
And my state does have laws regarding Bigfoot.
Mm-hmm.
Laws to protect Bigfoot, also known as Sasquatch, from hunting, killing, and harassment. These laws are in place to preserve the creature and prevent hunters from accidentally shooting other people. A person found guilty of violating the law could face up to a fine up to $100,000 or up to 10 years in prison. The court must include a criminal wildlife penalty assessment in any sentence. The court cannot suspend, waive, modify, or defer the penalty assessment.
Mm-hmm.
The hunting license and hunting privileges of the offender will be revoked until the penalty assessment is paid. And in Skamania, Oregon, it is illegal to harm Bigfoot, also known as Sasquatch. The law is intended to protect the creature and to prevent hunters from accidentally shooting it. Punishment, a fine up to $1,000 and jail time for 1 year. So Oregon's laws are a lot more lenient than Washington's.
Evidently.
I have a fun fact to add. During my research, I found something fun. 16th century Spanish explorers and Mexican settlers told tales of a creature called Los Vigilantes Oscuros, the Dark Watchers, who were large creatures.
I know these.
Large creatures who allegedly stalked their camps at night, but never came in close enough for them to see them. So Vigilantes Oscuros.
Yeah, the Dark Watchers are actually a different type of cryptid from Bigfoot.
So they're tied to either Sasquatch. It depends on the area that you're getting the tale told in.
Yeah, like in the Sierra Nevada mountains, they look more like almost conquistadorish rather than apes and Sasquatch and whatnot. I've read about them and I've seen videos about them and stuff like that. They're pretty. It's a pretty interesting legend.
They're in the
depending
Sasquatch
on where you're from.
lore.
But they are associated with Sasquatch lore.
Yes.
So they do count.
Yes.
Jasper, thank you so much for giving us that information from the Pacific Northwest about them. I didn't know that there was a fine punishable by prison time and a fine, in Washington.
Same in Indiana.
Evidently. New Jersey doesn't have such laws, though. New Jersey does not recognize the existence of a bipedal hominid. creature, but even though there's sightings all the way from the Pine Barrens up here to North Jersey, Sussex and Morris counties.
Oh, interesting. So Texas, of course, my home state, has a law that is basically open season.
Well, because they want the body.
Yeah, open season. But Oregon, California, Washington State, Indiana, there's talk of Iowa, but several of those Middle Earth. I don't know what they're called anymore. I always forget what it's called.
Midwest.
Yeah, those Middle Earth. They have lots of laws to protect our hide and seek champ.
Absolutely. Okay, so that was from the Pacific Northwest. Our basic depiction of Sasquatch. Everybody's seen the Patterson Gimlin footage of Patty, and
she had boobs.
She did have boobs, and like very, very famous footage. Then there's also the Freeman footage, the Independence Day weekend footage, everything like that. So like you see how large these animals truly are in comparison to their environment.
Okay, I need to say this because my ADHD is going to not let me let it go until I get it out. While I'm looking at Bigfoot laws, I also just ran across this little fact that in Texas it is illegal to graffiti a cow. I'm done.
ADHD moment of the day. Okay.
You're welcome. I could. Okay, go on.
2 points to Michelle for graffitiing a cow. Anyway, Torsten, across the pond, what are your legends from over there about hairy bipedal troll-like creatures that we call Sasquatch that you guys call something else?
They call him Tony. What's his name?
I can't hear him.
Your mic's off.
No, he's called Jeremy Clarkson.
Yeah.
Jeremy Clarkson.
I love Jeremy Clarkson.
But he is a Neanderthal. The man is a Neanderthal.
But like seriously, what was the show with the three of them with the cars where they were doing
Top Gear.
Top Gear.
Top Gear.
Top Gear was probably one of my favorite things to watch ever. Especially when they took the cars all the way across Africa.
I saw that one.
That one was
I saw
great.
that one. Everybody's seen that one. Okay,
and then
let's get off Jeremy Clarkson. What do you back to the subject at hand?
Clarkson.
We don't actually. Whereas you have Bigfoot, Sasquatch, we don't have the history of him over here. We have sporadic reports of a Bigfoot sighting, mainly up in Scotland, of course. But
bunch of hairy men in kilts running around, getting drunk, taking off their clothes.
Yeah.
Well,
but there have been sightings in Wales, Birmingham, which is in the Midlands, all the way down to the south coast to the county 2 over from me, called Surrey, and out on the moors down near Devon and Cornwall.
Now,
other than that, there's
for the people who are uneducated, please explain what the moors are.
The moors are hell on earth, are hell on you in the UK.
Dude, I've been to Iraq. No,
they are
the Moors murders.
Several hundred square miles of boggy marshland that the military like using for training exercises, because you can't just walk through it. It doesn't matter if it's the middle of winter or the middle of summer. It does not change. It is just a bog, and it's horrible, and it's all open. And in winter, it's even worse because then you get the winds and you got no shelter. But on a nice summer day, it is actually quite nice.
Okay.
Apart from you're wading through a bog. But it is a lovely area.
The moors are bogs.
Not all moors are bogs.
No.
Not all moors are bogs, but all bogs are moors.
I'm going to come at you in a minute.
But yeah, there's obviously the Hound of the Baskervilles.
Gothic Yorkshire moor.
Yeah, you got the Yorkshire moors, you got Exmoor. They are lovely bits of the countryside. If you're just out there for a few hours.
Yeah.
But there's been sporadic reports of people seeing a larger than normal human with a foot size, twice the size of a men's size 8. So I don't know what that is in American. So be probably size 16 UK.
I think they're just like a half size different.
Like 42 centimeters.
Why are we not using freedom fractions?
I don't know how to do that.
So about size 18 US.
Bigfoot.
You know what they say about big feet?
Big socks.
Big hands.
Yeah, so yeah, he's one of those cryptids that doesn't have a lot of lore here in the UK.
Okay.
And I can sort of see why, because we don't really have much dense forestation that he would like. So he can continue being the hide and seek champion of the world. I can understand up in Scotland it's a lot more remote. And there are more wooded areas up in the Highlands. But yeah, I wish we had more history of him over here.
Yeah.
I found a lot.
Well,
because I'd definitely like to play tag with him.
Well, okay. Now, here's my question, Torsten. As somebody from the UK, what are your guys' views on us, thinking that there's a hairy bipedal creature running around our woods that nobody's ever truly identified? Like, what is your guys' what's the opinion of that over in the UK?
They don't believe in the dentist.
Whoa.
Damn.
That's a bit harsh. Well, bearing in mind we have like probably number 2 on the list for hide and seek champion Nessie. So
yeah,
we have the king, you have the queen.
Yeah, it's not really, from what I know of and people that I speak to, that are interested in the weird and wonderful differences of the world. Like, they've got a good one, we've got some good ones. Let's try and find him, or his cousins that live in the other side, on the other side of the world.
I agree.
Live and let live.
Live and let live.
Yeah. We sort of try to not discuss too much about our long forgotten brethren.
Sounds like a plan. Hey, Squirrel. Hi. What interesting information has Michelle found for us this week?
So many things.
Let's do this.
Okay, so Bigfoot, Sasquatch, whatever we're gonna call him, Shampy, Skookum, Wood Booger, whatever, all the things. We call him like a bunch of different things here in Virginia. But multiple sightings have been reported since the 70s. Did you know that there is the Bigfoot Field Researchers Organization has documented many of these sightings?
I don't trust BFRO.
BRFO. I just like saying it. BRFO.
It's BFRO.
God damn. Oh. ADHD
I don't trust those guys because they don't take
ADHD is hard.
They don't allow a lot of
yes. So I wanted to kind of run through some of the sightings that
their
have been reported.
Their criteria for a legit sighting is ridiculous.
So some of the big sightings that we've had here in my neck of the woods. The big one, so you know that I am near Norfolk Naval Station. So it's the largest military base in the United States is right here.
Know it very well.
Go Navy. Yeah, it was my first duty station and my last. Anyway, so sailors and civilians both have claimed to have seen Bigfoot because we have attached to Norfolk Naval Station and quite a few of the other military bases in the area. We have lots of woodland, and we have the Great Dismal Swamp, which I just absolutely adore. The Great Dismal Swamp. I know it sounds, I don't know, dismal. However, there are some really, really great.
Is it dismal?
It's dismal. There's some really great hiking trails within the Great Dismal Swamp. I've done it a few times, like gone out there and like there's turtles. I swear I saw an alligator, but they told me I was making it up. I disagree. That was an alligator.
Okay.
I have not seen Bigfoot on that thing. So several people have seen Bigfoot along those trails, and the most recent one was in 2006.
Oh, okay.
And then we have Spotsylvania, which was the most recent sighting. Spotsylvania is about 4 hours up from me, close to DC, like going up towards West Virginia. August 2024 sighting.
There we go.
A motorist saw what he described as a Bigfoot looking creature, bipedal, ape-like, at least 7 feet, possibly 8 feet tall, based on he used a road sign to kind of gauge what it was. Crossing Country Road 62 miles southwest of DC. So interesting. And then September 24, Rockingham County, a man was walking his dog and heard what he heard growls, or he heard what he thought were growls, and then there were rocks being thrown. And we all know that a majority of Bigfoot sightings, you will hear that they do like to throw rocks and beat on trees. So
that is part of the Bigfoot lore, yeah.
Yes. 2006, we had Woodlake near Chesterfield, Virginia. We had another couple who was out doing things in a car in a parked area where there are things that should be done. Saw a 7-foot tall figure spying on them, and then threw rocks at the car. One of the rocks hit the windshield and busted it. Was not really a rock. It was more of a
small boulder,
basketball sized rock, one that was probably pretty heavy, but basically
that's kind of
the trunk of the car.
I mean, a basketball sized rock, you got to be extremely strong.
Yeah.
To toss one of those hens to watch for falling rock signage. Yeah, exactly.
So Southwest Virginia, Gum Hill is the area that has the per capita in Virginia most amount of Bigfoot sightings. Most people don't refer to it as Bigfoot. They refer to it as the Beast of Gum Hill. But realistically, it's, the way it's described, over 7 feet, bipedal, ape-like, shaggy hair. It's Bigfoot.
Yeah.
But yeah, so there are various reports of Virginia going back to the time before the time before Virginia was Virginia. The early Powhatan tribe that lived here, before we stole it from them. They had multiple stories of big feet. I'm calling them big feet. Don't judge me.
Bigfoot.
Big feet in and around their camps, and they had always lived in peace with this creature, and they would present offerings of fruits and vegetables and anything that they would find, and they would present the offering and then leave, and they would come back later and find that the offerings were gone. So, but yeah, there's lots of Virginia history.
Leaving offerings, I've never been subscribed to that because of the fact that it's the woods. Animals are hungry. They're going to find it.
Yeah, I mean, that's the story from the Native Americans.
Well, I mean, we'll take that as we will.
Yeah. So yeah, very interesting history of Bigfoot in the Virginia area.
Very interesting. Well, as we all know, I'm from North Jersey, and truth be told, we have our own.
What?
Yeah, I'm actually from North Jersey. I say coffee. Anyway, coffee. Anyway, for decades.
Talk the car. Oh, that's Boston.
For decades, residents in don't ever confuse me with Boston. Anyway, residents of the northern counties of New Jersey, primarily Sussex, Morris, Passaic counties, have reported encounters with large, hairy humanoid creatures that bear striking resemblance to the famous Bigfoot of the Pacific Northwest.
Could also have been my ex-boyfriend from New Jersey.
It could be me too.
You're not my ex-boyfriend from New Jersey, Bill.
I'm not an ex-boyfriend. Anyway, standing over 7 feet tall and covered in shaggy fur, the so-called big red eyes is said to emit a bone-chilling scream and leave behind massive three-toed footprints in its wake.
And massive poops.
I'm surprised nobody stepped in a big pile of Sasquatch shit. Anyway.
Isn't it? No, it's called stat if it's from an animal.
Yeah, but they were kind of humanoid, so wouldn't it just be called shit?
Poop. This is...
Jeff, I agree with you. It's me after a bender, but me after a bender too. But like everybody likes to joke that I'm the New Jersey Sasquatch, but that's
You're also the Jersey Devil.
That was a long time ago. Anyway, sightings in North Jersey date back to at least 1970s. With one of the most famous encounters occurring in 1977 near the town of Wantage, New Jersey. A group of teenagers claimed to have seen a massive hairy creature with glowing red eyes lurking in the woods, and their story quickly spread throughout the local community. In the years since, dozens of other sightings have been reported, often by hunters or hikers who stumble upon strange tracks or hear eerie vocalizations in the forest that they say are clearly primate. Some researchers have speculated that North Jersey Bigfoot could be a surviving population of Gigantopithecus, a giant ape that existed hundreds of thousands of years ago. Okay.
Where's Beechwood, New Jersey?
That's South Jersey. That's down by Pine Barrens.
Okay.
Now, the Pine Barrens also have their fair share of sightings of Bigfoot-like creatures in the New Jersey Pine Barrens, which makes sense because it's a heavily forested area. Also, it's boggy area too. Now, up here, I'm gonna go away a little bit from the big red eye story real quick and just make my own scientific hit at that last statement I just read. A surviving population of Gigantopithecus.
Be very careful in here.
That drives me insane.
Agreed.
Gigantopithecus could walk upright, but was a knuckle walker.
You're a knuckle walker.
Shush. Stop bringing up my grunt style. Anyway.
I don't know how to shush. It's not in my nature.
Hush. Hush.
I need a muzzle.
Anyway.
That's another podcast.
That's a totally different podcast separate from this. Anyway. For people to think that is related to giant, now, mind you, there are rumors that there are several different types of these creatures out there. Some look more ape-like, some look more humanoid, and have very human features. Listen, you're going off of people recounting what they've seen. But to sit there and put this, fantasy thought of it's something closely related to Gigantopithecus makes absolutely no sense, because there is no documented evidence that Gigantopithecus ever left Eurasia. Not to mention, like I said, it's a knuckle walker. It could have evolved to walk upright. It had the ability to walk upright, but it would have had the same walk as, say, an orangutan.
An orangutan. Pronunciation.
Isn't that what I just said?
No.
Orangutan.
Orangutan. There's no G.
Whatever. But to say it's closely related to Gigantopithecus, I think is a fallacy. I think it discredits the community by far. I like what Jeff says. Leave accents alone, Michelle. Anyway.
Whose side are you on, Jeff?
When it comes to what Bigfoot is, in my opinion, it is a relic species of humanoid and could be more closely related to Denisovans, Homo denisova, rather than Gigantopithecus, just based on the footprints and the shape of the foot in general. That leads me to believe more humanoid rather than something as romantical as Gigantopithecus. Thank you for listening to my little TED talk of a rant there, but I have to say that because personally, I hate the Gigantopithecus theory. It drives me insane.
So there's a website that's like top conspiracy theories about Bigfoot. So I was looking through that this week, and one of my favorite ones is some people believe that Bigfoot is actually a giant ground sloth.
Be careful in the.
A giant ground sloth.
Ground sloth. And the one of the other ones that stuck out to me in this conspiracy theory site is some people believe that Bigfoot occasionally sodomizes domestic cows. You knew it was going to devolve. You knew. You invited me.
I mean,
Oh dear God!
cows in general are.
Can we not?
But I know a fun fact about cows.
No.
I'm pretty. I'm allowed to say all kinds of stuff.
You drive me insane, all of you. Anyway.
Whoa! What did I do?
You're here. You're just lumped in by
You're
default.
guilty by association.
Oh,
She's,
thanks.
You're guilty
she's
too.
yours. She's yours. So therefore, you're guilty.
No. I've told her I accept everything apart from her crazy. Her crazy's hers.
Oh, my
Also,
goodness.
the other
Anyway.
conspiracy is that the government captured a live Sasquatch in Battle Mountain, Nevada in 1999.
Okay. Now, all right. That one
Mm-hmm.
is closely related to another story that I have found.
Ooh.
That is from Mount Rainier.
Okay.
When Mount Rainier last had its catastrophic craziness, people who were on the ground reported that as National Guardists, they were told to stand over piles of animal bodies that were taken out by lahars, taken out by fire, everything. There was one pile that was being overlooked and protected, and they were not allowed within 50 yards of the pile. The pile was covered with a tarp that hid from view anything that could be identified.
Come here.
One National Guardist who to this day remains anonymous sat and saw several black vehicles come to the site and go into a tent. When they emerged from the tent, they emerged with a very large figure covered in a extra large. Now, this is from this report, an extra large tarp that had been cut into a poncho. The arms of the individual were extremely hairy, and he wore no shoes. They were then
That feels the McCoys.
They were then asked to accompany these people into the mountains as a search party. When they were in the mountains, the larger of the individuals walked in front of everyone and stopped at cave sites, emitting a loud shriek into the caves. The first cave, nothing replied back, and they continued on. Second cave, they got a response back, in which case a large, hairy humanoid creature with a burnt arm emerged from the cave. They were instructed to put this large, hairy creature onto a gurney that they were carrying, and we all know what the military gurneys look like. Which, not for nothing, it's a military gurney. That's not that long, unless you put them together. You're not going to have very much space. So one was taken away. Another one was too badly burned, and one of the scientists, quote unquote, walked up to the one wearing the poncho, seemed to have a conversation with it, and then instructed one of his men to shoot the badly injured individual to put it out of its misery. Now, this is an account from then. Why would a National Guard person lie?
Attention?
I get that. National Guard gets shit on all the time. but from that era,
boredom, drunkenness, drugs.
eh,
There, there are many reasons that he could be telling the truth, and there are many reasons that he could be making it up. But
well,
with me personally, stories are stories. Whether whatever the stories are stories, until evidence,
I agree.
it's still a story. It's an interesting story. I don't have any evidence. I mean, there's footprints been found here and there. There's photos that are grainy, but nothing.
Yeah, nobody ever has a fucking like high resolution
a
camera.
really good thing. So
You ever notice that?
Yeah.
of course not. But
And
until
nowadays
there's
as well.
something.
Yeah, especially nowadays where everything's like 1080p
Yeah.
all the time on every photo, even if you're zoomed into the max.
Zoomed in awesome pictures of my cats.
Yeah, like it doesn't make any sense to me.
No. So
that we haven't gotten a better photo and
could he be telling the truth? Yeah, of course. Could he be making it all up for some random reason? Yeah, of course. But I can't tell. I'm not the one who should be able to say, like, every story deserves to be told, whether it's true or false. It needs to be reviewed and told and shared, and eventually we'll have enough stories that someone will go, oh yeah, I took a picture, here it is.
Yeah. I mean, granted, people say that like when you've seen one of these things, your body involuntarily is just like
Poops.
you're fucked. Yeah, you're pretty much screwed. Like you lock up, you can't do nothing. I mean, even credible witnesses, people that are pillars in their communities that have come out and said they've seen these things, say that like I couldn't take the shot. It looked too human. Or I couldn't take the shot because I was scared out of my mind that it wasn't going to do nothing.
I just ADHD
Yeah.
thoughts. Sorry,
Go
intrusive.
ahead.
I just took a dive down that hole, the conspiracy theory hole.
Yeah,
There's a lot of
ADHD.
conspiracy theories.
There are, but I mean, anyone can say they saw something, didn't see something. There are ways to photo fakery these days,
Listen,
but there's also truth that's out there that we don't know.
I mean, let's put it this way. I'm an active outdoors person. I love being outdoors
I haven't been outside in 3 days until today.
because it's cold down there.
My God, it's because work.
It's snow outside.
I mean, no outside. There's
No,
snow.
sorry.
I'm
no.
with Michelle on that.
Mm-mm.
No human contact. No.
My ideal camping / outdoor experience is a Hyatt Regency hotel, maybe the 15th floor, with a spa day, room service, and coffee on tap.
You're such a princess. Anyway.
And you've known that for however long you've known me. You've known
true.
that I am
That's true.
I'm high maintenance, and I'm not afraid to admit it.
I'm gonna say this. If I'm an active, like I said, I'm an active outdoorsman. I have heard things that I cannot explain. Like I've heard strange noises in the woods, but then again, I don't know everything that's out there.
Yeah, that's why I don't go in the ocean.
Like, well, I definitely don't go in the ocean because I know what's in the ocean. I'm not getting eaten by no sharks. Thank you very much. And have you ever seen a damn anglerfish? Ugh. Freaky. Anyway.
Speaking of the ocean, did you know that the orca is a predator of the moose?
Yes, I did know that.
The what?
It's
the orca?
The orca whale is the only natural predator of the moose.
Wait, what?
Yes, because moose dive down to eat kelp, and killer whales will come in and take them out.
Are you talking about like moose?
Moose, angry deer with the like big horns and
Mhm.
jacked bodies. Yeah, that
Moose.
not even grizzly bears want to mess with. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. I'm in a spiral.
We broke Michelle.
We finally broke Michelle. Anyway, I thought it was gonna be something like kinky that broke her. No, the fact that killer whales hunt moose. Look it up.
I'm on it.
Jasper
It's the
knew it.
first
I knew it.
killer whale hunt, and it's the second one. Seal moose. What the?
Yeah.
Killer whales are evil. They'll straight up punt a penguin out of the ocean just for fun.
Yeah, because they're bored.
Mm-hmm.
A killer
How are they
whale on
even
the
in
West
same
Coast.
Vicinity. I can't. No, I can't wrap my head around this.
Ready for this one? A killer whale on the
No.
West Coast put a fucking dead salmon on it to the top, wore a dead salmon on the top of its head for like a week. And then for like a month and a half after, you saw a whole bunch of pods that weren't even associated with that killer whale wearing fish on their head.
A what?
Yeah.
I want to know where do moose and killer whales have a shared location? I'm not.
Jeff, thank you so much
Have a
for
good
joining
one,
us, man.
Jeff.
Appreciate it.
I think it's up by Alaska because the moose will sometimes swim across like ocean parts to get to other parts of the Alaskas or Canada, and they also dive down to get the
To eat.
kelp. They eat the aquatic plants.
Yeah. One of the moose's favorite things to do is to dive down and eat kelp off the coast of the West Coast of the country and also of Canada, which is also right in the line of orca whale territory. And orcas come in and they just take out the moose.
Nope.
It's the only natural predator to the moose.
No.
See,
We're
I
not
think
even
if they
we're not even counted as natural predators to moose.
No. Because
The moose looks at us and it's just like, I'm gonna skin you and put you in a tree, and you're just like, okay.
I can't. Nope.
Have you ever seen pictures of the moose's antlers like shedding?
Oh, it's disgusting.
Terrible.
I'm gonna go backwards
It's nightmare
in this
fuel.
conversation 4 minutes to before I knew that fact. I can't.
Okay.
Yeah, I think if they came down far enough,
Nope. We're done.
from their natural habitat, they would have a second natural predator, and that would be the
So I
polar bear.
watched the movie The Substance last night. That
Polar
was
bears
fucked
won't
up.
even mess with them.
Don't
Polar
know.
bears will
Polar
not
bears
mess with moose.
live too far up.
No,
Demi Moore
the
showed her boobs a lot
the
in that
rare
movie.
occasion where a polar bear has been in the Alaskan wilderness, they have encounters with moose, and polar bears actually will run from a moose.
Okay. I need more coffee in my life. We're gonna light a coffee scented candle.
There you go.
Why does this not work?
This is a horrible lighter. You need a candle lighter.
I have one in there, but it's not in here.
Anyway. All right. So,
no.
With this being said, it is time for me to determine who has had the best information and best little factoid of the day. And today's winner,
Sasquatch,
is Michelle.
Sodomizes cows.
No, it was that it is illegal to graffiti a cow. So that was the most interesting thing I found today.
I don't know how my brain does what it does. It just does it.
So Michelle, you are today's winner of the podcast.
It's a very interesting place in there.
Yeah, you have okay.
I have fairy lights.
Yes, I see this. Very nice. Anyway, so Michelle, you are today's winner. Congratulations. Would you like to have your winner speech?
I would. I would like to take this opportunity to thank everyone who voted for me, which, in this case is Sean.
Stop using my government name.
What are you? I digress. Anyway, I want to thank the Academy for their support in giving me this opportunity to provide this information. It was a long time coming. I deserve the win. It was a hard fought battle.
2 episodes in, and you're the hard fought battle.
I will be coming next week with some sort of trophy that I will make myself. So, suck it, bitches.
Very good. All right. And with that, we're bringing this episode to an end. Thank you for joining us, ladies and gentlemen. Please come back next week where we'll be talking about lake cryptids.
Oh, lake cryptids.
And
let me guess what Torsten's
our buddy
about.
Torsten over there has 3 major lake cryptids that he could talk about from his native Scotland. Jasper, you have many lake cryptids over there on the Pacific Northwest. Michelle, I'm going to count sea monsters as well.
I've seen a few sea monsters myself.
No comment. And
yeah, they're called the Navy.
I know, right?
That's why I was saying no comment.
The Navy has taught me many, many wonderful things.
The USS New Jersey. That's what I've seen. Anyway.
Wow.
So, like I said, next week we're going to be talking about lake cryptids. This covers anything from the mythical Nessie.
Lake cryptid or water-based cryptid? Because I'm going to need some.
Okay. Water-based cryptids. Water-based cryptids.
Okay.
So that will cover everything. I mean, we can talk about the Japanese kappas. We can talk about there's mermaids, mermen, and the whole aquatic ape theory, which is bullshit.
Louisiana ones. I can't think of the name right now, but
yeah, we're not going to get there yet. But we will talk about these things next week, folks.
There is an aquatic ape. It's me if I decide to go in the sea.
I'm an aquatic ape. Every time I take a shower.
You don't go in the sea.
And fuck no, I don't. If I can't see my feet, I'm not going in.
Pussy.
Fuck that.
I have so many things to say right now.
Land, that's my bit. Ocean, that's the shark's bit.
I'm not.
You go in its bit, you're gonna get bit. No. I'm good. But anyway, that about wraps it up for us this week, folks. Join us again next week. And if you like what you're seeing, like, share, subscribe. And we are at 130 followers as of, recording today. So that's awesome. Thank you so much for joining us on this wonderful journey that we've started. Hopefully next week we'll have something a little bit different for y'all.
Oh, if you want us to talk about a cryptid.
Yes, and if you would like us to talk about a specific cryptid, anything, any other ideas for other shows, please throw them down in the comments section after this post, and we will do our best to get to those cryptids as fast as possible.
I'm the official researcher of the team with my iPad.
You seriously are, because she does way too much research, ladies and gentlemen, and then she falls down rabbit holes and talks about cows being sodomized by Bigfoot and getting
cows are bisexual.
Tagged.
They are bisexual. Most are, yes.
And getting tagged by inner city kids. I don't know. It's fucking weird. Anyway.
I grew up in Texas on a cow farm. I know what cow tipping is. Dude, did you really think this was not going to go off the rails?
It always does. Anyway, we will catch you guys back here next week. Saturday, same bad time, same bad channel. Only here on YouTube. If you want, come join us also on TikTok every now and again, where we'll be going live and doing, just hanging out sessions, just chilling.
That's my name on the TikTok.
Michelle drinks coffee. That's her name. Brother Blue, that's me. Torsten, that's him. Jasper, that's her. Ladies and gentlemen, we will catch you in the next video. Thank you so much for joining us, and we will see you later. And if you can't be good, be bad. And if you're going to be bad, at least fucking be good at it.
Bye.
Deuces.
Ladies.